The Sanctum Sanctorum was quiet, too quiet. Dr. Stephen Strange sat beneath the faint hum of 1,000 ancient wards, his mind restless. Something was off. Every reflection around him seemed to flicker, like the mirrors were breathing. Then he heard it, a whisper from beyond the glass. "Stephen, you left the door open." His heart froze. That voice was his own, but darker, deeper, twisted. The multiverse wasn't just breaking, it was calling him. Wong rushed in, spellbook in hand. "The mirror dimension is bleeding into reality," he warned. Strange stood, cloak flaring behind him. "That's impossible," he muttered. But even as he spoke, the walls bent inward like glass melting. The reflection of New York turned into a dark twin, twisted, crawling with shadow tendrils. "Someone's opened the dark gate," Wong whispered. Strange clenched his fists. "Then we close it before the whole damn universe gets swallowed." In the reflection stood him, not a variant, not a dream, a version of Strange who had surrendered to darkness, the Sorcerer Supreme of the dark dimension. His eyes burned crimson. "You think you saved the world, Stephen," he sneered, "but you just delayed its end." The two Stranges faced each other, mirror to mirror. One stood for light, one for the void, and only one could exist. The sanctum shattered. Spells collided like thunder. Time folded, gravity died. Every punch warped space. Every strike rewrote reality for a second. Buildings floated, time reversed mid-fight. Raindrops froze midair. Strange could feel the darkness pulling at his soul, whispering, "Join me. End the suffering." But he gritted his teeth. Not today. The world around them cracked, and both fell into the mirror realm, where shadows ruled all. When Strange awoke, the sky was red, swirling like molten fire. The ground? Liquid shadows that breathed. This was Dormammu's world, the dark dimension reborn. Demonic figures slithered through smoke, whispering prayers to their master. Strange stood, clutching his relics. "If Dormammu's back," he said under his breath, "the universe just ran out of luck." But there was no time for fear. The war of shadows had begun. A flash of light, and out stepped a figure Strange hadn't seen since the blip. Christine Palmer, or at least her multiversal echo. She wasn't a doctor here. She was the guardian of souls. "You shouldn't have come, Stephen," she said softly. "Every time you try to fix the universe, it breaks harder." Strange's voice cracked. "Then help me fix it right this time." She smiled sadly. "Then you'll have to face the truth. You're not fighting Dormammu. You're fighting yourself." It wasn't magic that would save him. It was will. Strange closed his eyes and faced his other self again. This time not in battle, but in reflection. The dark Strange grinned. "You wanted control, remember? Power? You built your empire on ego." The real Strange clenched his jaw. "Maybe, but I learned something you never did, humility." With one final surge, he cast the rite of balance, merging both halves into one. Light and dark, mind and madness. But balance came at a price. The ground split open. A deep, rumbling voice echoed, older than creation. "Strange, my servant returns." Dormammu rose, massive and blazing, eyes like dying suns. The new Strange stood defiant. Not this time. With his newly forged power, he tore open the veil and pulled the demon into the collapsing dimension. The energy storm raged, swallowing everything. And as the world burned, one word echoed: remember. New York dawned. The city shimmered, half light, half shadow, balanced yet fragile. Strange stood on the sanctum balcony, the cloak fluttering in the wind. Wong approached. "You okay?" Strange smirked faintly. "No, but the world is." He looked at his reflection in the window. This time, the other side smiled back. Peace was fragile, but for now, the war of shadows was over. But deep within the dark dimension, a single ember still glowed. From the ashes, a whisper rose. "The light cannot exist without me." And a new eye opened, burning violet. The next war had already begun.